And then I got invited to Tommy's thing outside the Old Bailey, and I was invited to speak. And because I won't say that I was already on the fence at that point, but I made that speech, I wrote that speech, and intentionally didn't mention Tommy Robinson or the movement in that speech. So because I had a message to give to the police, which I wanted to give to them, and my little alarm bells were already starting to ring in my head about Tommy. What happened then was I was standing on that stage giving that speech, and behind me was a massive screen. And on that screen, when I got home to Denmark and watched one of the videos that somebody had uploaded of that speech that I made, I saw a massive word that said shalom behind my back, and my mouth just about hit the floor, because all of a sudden everything started to lock into place in my head. And I don't really believe in coincidences, but somebody got in contact with me, and I can't tell you who that person was or what they said, but we talked about certain things within the Tommy movement, which did also involve blues and all of that. And I'd made my decision that that was final, that was enough, I've heard enough now. So I made a video and I said, look, I'm not going to be supporting this movement anymore. Goodbye. And people, they got the right ump with me, because I wouldn't tell them, and I won't tell them, not to this day, unless that person comes forward themselves and says, now you can go, you know, you can tell. I won't, because I won't ever give up a source, not ever. So I can't tell you what was said, but everything just slotted together in my head about Tommy Robinson's movement, who was the people who were funding it, where the money was going, what I was seeing with my own eyes, what he was doing with the money, which wasn't a lot. Where was the movement going?
But you know, at the start, didn't you say that you would actually support Tommy, but not the people surrounding him? I don't know if I'm wrong there, but I thought I might have at the beginning.
I always said in my videos that I would support Tommy Robinson until he proved to me that I shouldn't.
Yeah.
And so when I turned around and said, I'm not going to be supporting him anymore, I'd already said about 50 times in 50 different videos, I will support this man until he proves to me that I shouldn't. So it shouldn't have come as a fucking surprise to people when I turn around and say, I am not supporting him anymore. You know, but people get the arse, because I wasn't going to go into details about a conversation I had, which was a private conversation with somebody who didn't want to come forward. Now, people just have to accept it as it was, but they couldn't.
Of course, a lot of your videos back then, I remember I was a Tommy fan at that point, were very cryptic though, weren't they? Like cryptic messages being put forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I should, in hindsight, I should have just said my piece. I'm not going to do this anymore, and quit. But I didn't, and I should not. I probably shouldn't have made any more videos about it. But I couldn't help myself. His life is his choice. And you know, people will say, yeah, but he's doing it for you, and he's doing it for me. Well, I would turn around and say, what is he actually doing then? Where are the results? What is the point of going down to London, people that don't have very much money, spending 50, 60, 70 quid on a train ticket, having to have somewhere to live in London overnight, whatever, and standing in Trafalgar Square with a flag, listening to Avi, listening to Tommy, listening to whoever else is standing on the stage? What is that accomplishing?
Do you agree with that? That's on the screen there. Tommy's job is to create division for his small hat paymasters to keep us busy while they carry out their agenda, basically. Yeah. Do you agree with that, Dionne?
I don't actually think that Tommy is so deep in this agenda. I think that him and his movement are a useful tool for those blues, the other people. But you see, there have been so many people writing about this, about the money that he's being funded with, where it's coming from, and he never, ever will address it. You see that?
I think the most disappointing thing for me is like when with the trial they were like saying, "Oh, we need money to pay for the trial," and then the Middle Eastern Forum actually revealed that they actually funded the trial. So what did we actually pay for when it's already been funded? And then like when we was at the trial, I don't know if he was there. The boss got a fine, and they went round with a hat collecting money for the fine. I was like, mate, I've just got 2 nights in the hotel, and I'm here all day in the sun. For Tommy, why am I going to put in for a £60 fine when you can afford it?
Yeah.
They raised £300 for that. And this is what's annoyed me. Like I did have donations sometimes to go to these events, and when obviously I moved away from that movement, they've all attacked me over donations. Yeah, you know what? How hypocritical is that? Why didn't you attack the man that's a rich man for his donation?
That Ginger Tony, or whatever her name is. She is going after the man, i.e. you, and not the bull. Why doesn't this woman, Ginger Tommy, or whatever her name is, answer any of the questions about the donations that have been made to the Tommy Robinson movement? Answer where that money has gone. Answer all the questions that I brought forward in that stream with Mark Collett.
I tried to debate someone. Yeah, honestly, I tried to debate someone. I won't mention names. I said I will answer everything on my donations, and I'm going to bring up everything about their donations, and it was refused. I'm not saying nothing, and I didn't get the debate because it's not a debate. Should be 2 ways. I should ask my questions and answer the questions put to me, and vice versa. And it was refused. Oh, let's Chris, you had the obsession until you got picked out for Robin all day. Well, let's face facts. Let's face facts, Kevin. Come on the show, bro, please. Let's face facts. I interviewed Mark and Laura, all lost your shit, and then you got the old lady who donated to me to say that I robbed them. How convenient it happened just 6 to 7 days later. But didn't that old lady get paid back? Did she not get paid back? Yes, she did. And what does she not fund your friend Tommy Robinson, your millionaire friend? Does she not get funded? Does she not fund them? Because that was
Tommy still owes me money for the stuff he snorted up his nose. You know?
Please, if you know the facts, let's go on a show. Let's have a debate. We will discuss every donation from your boy Tommy to my donations.
It's so boring.
But you know what the difference is with my donations? I paid mine back, bro.
What happened, mate? You don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
Did we have on the show the other week and they said, look at the Tommy Robinson hardcore base, look at the people on Telegram and look at the people who comment on the videos and look at the profile photos, and they're all middle-aged men or middle-aged women, and Tommy is like some sort of surrogate for a son that they never had, because they're all like, there must be some sort of like a psychological thing going on where they're using Tommy to fill some sort of fucking gap. Because this guy is no different from who he described. I can't remember who said it, Chris. Can you remember? Was it Horus? Sure, it was Horus. Oh no, was it unwashed?